All right, it is officially the new league year. 2025 is officially off and running, as most of you know. We have been waiting for 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the new league year to kick off, and we saw multiple moves triggered. We saw Javon Hargrave sign immediately to a big contract with the Vikings. We saw Malik Collins sign immediately to a pretty sized 2-year, $20 million contract with the Browns. So, and we also saw the 49ers officially say goodbye to Deebo Samuel. But the reason why we're making this video is because, as you can see, the official cap charges have been calculated for 2025, and it's pretty daunting. So, where we currently stand with the San Francisco 49ers is they have a league leading. So, no one has any more dead cap space in the 49ers with over $86 million in dead cap. And they actually have 21.5 million in dead cap already associated to 2026. So, I get this question a lot. What does this mean? This means this is cap space that is being taken up by players who are not on the 49ers roster currently. So it's cap space they can't use. They can't use 86 million in cap to sign other players. It's why it's called dead cap. It's a dead cap figure for when you move off of players before their contracts are over. The players go, but the cap hit remains. For example, when the 49ers released Leonard Floyd, they took a pretty substantial cap hit. I don't have the exact number, but I think it was around 10 million when they let him go. With Hargrave, they took on like over $7 million dead cap hit from letting him go. And so, they take a huge dead cap hit with trading Deebo Samuel, which he takes up like almost, half of this with a $31 million dead cap hit. So all that means is the 49ers have 86 million that they can't use. So I think when the 49er fans are seeing some of the moves or maybe lack thereof, depending on their perception, they're trying to understand maybe what the 49ers are doing. Is it seems like they're having kind of a roster reset. They still have their key pieces, but they have to like fix the cap, right? They got to fix this situation so that they can continue to build. You look at a situation last year with the Bills. The Bills got rid of their top 2 wide receivers. They got rid of multiple players so that they could try to get under the cap. We saw the Rams do that as well. And the Rams actually had some success at it because they were able to hit on a lot of young players. Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams. They got Jared Verse, Braden Fisk. So they were able to actually, get a little bit cheaper, but they were able to also add back the talent through the draft, which was cost controlled, lower cap hits. And so that's why it's really not super surprising right now that the San Francisco 49ers are kind of going through free agency as they are. I think a lot of fans are really kind of panicked by this whole situation. And I can totally understand like the questions of who we're bringing in, letting go of Leonard Floyd, not signing Joey Bosa. It feels kind of like, well, who do we have? We've got Nick Bosa, we got Jordan Elliott, Sam Okuanu, Yetur Gross-Matos, Seven Anderson, Kalia Davis, Robert Beal Jr., Jonathan Garvin, Drake Jackson, Taron Jackson. That's it. That's our defensive room right now. So the whole situation, I think it's just again, a reset. I think that's why uh, they have only been signing guys to like 1 to 2 year deals, more depth pieces, or players that they think have higher upside who can kind of come in on and prove it and try to make the roster that way. So, just as it currently stands right now, I think we have to be patient. I think that's really the thing is remember that at least for some of us, we weren't surprised by all the players that have left. Again, the ones that have surprised me the most are the ones that are like your Malik Collins and Kyle Juszczyk and Leonard Floyd, guys who were under contract that they have released to get out of that contract, taking on those dead cap hits and just moved on. Those are I would say, the most surprising roster moves to me. And then you compound that with the fact that they haven't added any key elements. They did sign Demarcus Robinson. He can be a wide receiver 4 or 3 in a pinch. I think he's talented. I think he has some upside. But I didn't know when they signed him that he actually has some off-field issues with a DUI, I believe, and he could be potentially suspended for the first part of the season. You signed Pinnock, former starting safety with the Giants, but he actually reunites with Robert Saleh, who drafted him with the Jets. They tried to swing him around to the practice squad. It didn't work out, and so the 49ers got him. So he has an opportunity to start, I think. Pinnock does. He'll be competing with Jair Brown. So I think when you look at the 49ers' current state, they have plenty of holes to fill on the defensive line. But I think what the 49ers are trying to tell us is we're going to be drafting a lot of defensive linemen. We because they've always put an emphasis on building through the trenches, building the defensive line. And I think that's why so many people are confused by the moves or lack of moves that are happening right now. And I think the logical process here is they have to be looking at the draft and trying to get veteran defensive tackles or defensive ends who are going to be kind of day 3, day 4 guys who sign on 1-year deals, maybe 2-year deals, not super high. So, defensive ends like I like Azeez Ojulari quite a bit. But you have Zadarius Smith, Dante Fowler Jr. had 11 sacks last year with Washington, Josh Uche, Cleveland Farrell, who, if you don't remember, was with the 49ers. He was great on the edge in base down, like as a run stopping defensive end. And he got hurt for the playoffs. And boy, did we miss him in the playoff run to the Super Bowl. Julian Okwara are a couple names that I've listed as potential targets to kind of retool the defensive end room that might not cost a ton, but are veteran guys who can potentially, play a role. And I think that's what the 49ers need to do right now is they need role players on the defensive line and then go hunt for the difference makers in the draft. So we'll see what ultimately comes of that. But the 49ers are a little cash strapped right now in regards to cap. So let me know what you guys think about this and let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.